Chapter 6, The Underground Labyrinth. The Scarlet Sword shone with an unusual brilliance as Ilian and his magical companion, now protected by the armor they had collected on their journey. The path traced by the sword led him to venture into the unknown, into the depths of the earth, to a place that few had seen, an underground labyrinth, full of secrets and deadly dangers. The entrance was hidden behind a roaring waterfall, which fell into the darkness of the mountain's bowels. Ilian advanced cautiously, following the maze of narrow, dark passages that stretched before them. The air was humid and heavy, and the sound of his footsteps echoed off the stone walls. They soon realized that they were not alone. The walls of the labyrinth seemed to whisper ancient secrets, and the air was filled with a sense of intrigue and danger. The Scarlet Sword armor set covered Ilian completely, giving him an imposing and magical appearance. The labyrinth was filled with deadly traps and magical guardians. Ancient beings who had guarded the labyrinth for centuries appeared in its path. His eyes glowed with unearthly fire, and they were armed with ancient magic. Ilian knew that facing them would require more than brute strength, it would require cunning and strategy. Ilian advanced with the Scarlet Sword raised. Every confrontation in the labyrinth was a real challenge, as the guardians seemed to know Ilian's movements even before he made them. The traps were equally dangerous, testing his perception and agility. Despite the obstacles, the armor protected him from injury, strengthening his confidence. As they progressed through the labyrinth, Ilian and the Scarlet Sword unraveled an ancient secret. They discovered inscriptions on the walls that told the story of a hero from the past, who had used sword and armor to stop a magical catastrophe. This revealed that the armor and sword were more than powerful objects, they were the key to controlling ancient and dangerous magic. At a crossroads in the labyrinth, they encountered the first of the guardians, a stone golem, a formidable guardian who had protected the secret for centuries. Ilian, with the Scarlet Sword shining in its maximum splendor and the armor that enveloped him, bravely launched himself into combat. The fight was intense, with the golem launching powerful stone attacks, but Ilian, with his armor and his connection to the sword, began to notice that his power made him more agile and precise. He quickly glided around the golem, dodging its attacks. Deadly attacks. It was then that the sword whispered a vulnerable spot to him. With dexterity, Ilian launched a magical, precise and withering blow, knocking down the golem, proving himself to be a worthy heir to the sword and armor of the ancient hero. After defeating the golem, Ilian was amazed when the thunderous fall caused part of the stone walls to collapse, revealing a new passageway that led to a wide cavern. Deep in the cavern, a being with the appearance of a wise old man, with a long white beard, stood majestically. The old man raised a hand and conjured a storm of lightning. Ilian and the Scarlet Sword took cover behind an ancient stone pillar, as the labyrinth trembled with the fury of magic. Ilian understood that he had to find a way to neutralize the old man's power. He watched carefully and noticed a series of runes glowing on the ground. Using his wits, he managed to erase the runes, deactivating the old man's magic and allowing them to move forward. The next guardian was a fierce-looking creature, a half-lion, half-man being that protected the path with its sharp claws. This time, the challenge was physical. Ilian and the Scarlet Sword faced the guardian in a duel of strength and agility. Every move was calculated, and the sword glowed with a fiery glow as Ilian fought bravely. Finally, Ilian managed to disarm the guard and persuade him to give way to them. The creature recognized their bravery and revealed to them an ancient secret that would help them in their search. As they moved deeper into the labyrinth, they encountered a fourth guardian, an ethereal being that seemed to be made of mist and shadows. This guardian, instead of attacking, proposed an intricate riddle, an enigma that required a sharp mind and a deep knowledge of the history of the labyrinth. Ilian and the Scarlet Sword immersed themselves in the conversation, using their cunning and their understanding of the secrets of the labyrinth to decipher the riddle. When they finally solved the riddle, the guardian smiled and allowed them to continue, revealing the path to the last part of the maze. In the center of the labyrinth, Ilian and the Scarlet Sword found a hidden chamber. Inside, They discovered an ancient altar with an inscription that spoke of an ancient power, which had been sealed in the heart of the mountain. The Scarlet Sword began to shine with dazzling intensity, as it absorbed the energy emanating from the altar. The underground labyrinth had been a formidable challenge, but also a source of knowledge and power. With the information they had acquired and the power they had unlocked, Ilian and the Scarlet Sword were one step closer to unlocking the sword's hidden secrets, and its connection to the ancient world of magic.